What if I told you? The most dangerous people don't show their power openly. They hide behind a mask of virtue. Niccolo Machiavelli is one of the most misunderstood thinkers in history. He never encouraged cruelty for its own sake. What he revealed was a terrifying truth about human nature. Those who understand manipulation, deception, and control are the ones who shape the world. The most dangerous individuals aren't impulsive tyrants. They're the ones who gain your trust while quietly planning your downfall. Machiavelli's book, The Prince, is not a guide on how to be evil. It's a brutally honest look at how power actually works. He believed the most successful rulers were not purely moral, but those who mastered the art of appearing moral, while being ruthless when necessary. The real threat doesn't come from someone who declares themselves your enemy, but from the one who clings to your side, pretending to be your greatest ally. That's why Machiavellian thinkers, whether in politics, corporate power, or even your own circle, can be more dangerous than a man holding a sword. One of Machiavelli's most effective strategies was the mask of virtue. He argued that if power-hungry people were honest about their ambitions, others would resist them. So instead, they present themselves as kind, humble, and trustworthy. This fake image helps them disarm suspicion and gain influence effortlessly. Throughout history, some of the most admired leaders were, behind closed doors, merciless strategists, clearing their path of anyone who stood in their way. But here's the truth. Machiavellian tactics aren't limited to kings and politicians. They exist everywhere, in everyday life. The manipulative coworker, always playing the victim, but secretly controlling office dynamics. The charming individual, who isolates you from others to increase their influence. The supportive friend, who subtly chips away at your self-confidence. These people work in the shadows. And by the time you recognize their true nature, it's often too late. Most people imagine psychopaths as serial killers or shadowy criminals lurking in the dark. But what if I told you? The most dangerous psychopaths don't break the rules. They make the rules. Dr. Robert Hare, one of the world's top experts on psychopathy, discovered something chilling. Many of the world's most successful and powerful figures show psychopathic traits. These people blend into society, climbing the ladders of power without remorse, manipulating others as they go. They're not monsters from horror movies. They're CEOs, politicians, and authority figures, walking among us with zero empathy. Unlike common criminals, high-functioning psychopaths don't rely on brute force. They rely on charm, deception, and manipulation. Hare's research shows that these individuals are masters of impression management. They know exactly what to say, exactly how to act, to make you trust them without question. They feel no guilt, no emotional depth. They can't form real connections, but they can mimic them perfectly. And that's what makes them far more dangerous than someone who acts out of anger or desperation. One of the key traits Hare identified is a lack of conscience. Psychopaths can destroy lives, tell lies, and exploit others without the slightest feeling of regret. To them, people are like chess pieces, useful, replaceable, disposable. They'll act like your ally, mirror your emotions, and say exactly what you want to hear, all while planning their next move against you. The scariest part? Most people never see it coming. So how can you tell the difference between a driven person and a high-functioning psychopath? The answer lies in patterns of behavior. A manipulator might lie for personal gain, but a psychopath does it naturally, with no hesitation, no second thoughts. Their charm? It's rehearsed. Their empathy? An illusion. They don't just want success, they want control. And the moment you stop being useful to them, they'll throw you away without blinking. Carl Jung's concept of the shadow refers to the darker, hidden parts of ourselves. The pieces we're ashamed of, the traits we deny, the desires we bury deep inside. But here's the twist. Suppressing those parts doesn't make them disappear. It makes them stronger, more destructive. According to Jung, the shadow is our unconscious mind, a place where anger, jealousy, selfishness, and dark urges sleep, until they're triggered. The danger isn't just in the darkness itself. It's in the denial of that darkness. When someone always appears calm, controlled, and virtuous on the outside, but secretly harbors deep resentment or insecurity, they become walking pressure cookers. If they never face these hidden feelings, they grow more powerful until they explode in shocking, unpredictable ways. This is the true danger of the shadow. It's subtle, it's hidden, and often invisible to others until it's too late. The most dangerous individuals aren't always the ones who openly act with malice. They're often the ones who suppress their darkness so well that even they forget it's there. But when it finally surfaces, it can come out as manipulation, control, or silent destruction. Jung believed real growth comes not from pretending to be perfect, but from facing our shadow, understanding it, integrating it into our conscious lives. When we ignore it, that's when the damage begins. In society, repressed shadows can lead to toxic personalities that fly under the radar. People who seem kind, respected, and charming, but are hiding dangerous motivations. These people wear masks. They blend in, they win trust, and that trust blinds us. We live in a world where trust is necessary. It builds friendships. It forms communities. It keeps us safe. But what happens when that instinct to trust gets used against us? The most dangerous people in your life are rarely the ones who look threatening. They're the ones who seem friendly, charming, and harmless. They know exactly how to manipulate your sense of safety. It could be a friend, a coworker, even a family member. They create an illusion of trust. And by the time you see the truth, they're already deep inside your life. Here's why we fall for them. Our brains are wired to seek patterns, to trust smiles, eye contact, warmth. But the truly dangerous people, they know how to fake those signals. They reflect your values, desires, and emotions to build a false connection. They don't earn your trust. They imitate it. And the scariest part? They use empathy as a weapon. They make you believe, I get you, I'm like you, I'm with you. But it's all a tactic to control you, to use your weaknesses. Why are these manipulators so hard to spot? Because we want to believe the best in people. We assume others are good, that they care about us, that they're sincere. That's what blinds us. And manipulators know this. They exploit it, using subtle psychological tricks. One of their most powerful tools is gaslighting. They plant seeds of doubt in your mind, make you question your memories, your judgments, your reality, until the only version of truth you believe is theirs. This allows them to control the narrative, to trap you in their web. The damage they cause isn't just external. It cuts deep. It shakes your identity. It erodes your self-confidence. And often, you don't even realize it's happening until it's too late. So how do you protect yourself? First, stop assuming trust is automatic. Trust is earned, not freely given. Look past appearances. Watch what people do, not just what they say. Pay attention to patterns, to inconsistencies. If something feels off, trust your gut. Second, set boundaries. Clear emotional, mental, and social lines act like armor against manipulation. Know your values. Know your needs. When you do, it becomes much harder for anyone to exploit you. Third, build a strong support network. Manipulators often isolate their victims, but trusted people in your life can spot the red flags you might miss. Fourth, learn to trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, it probably is. Your intuition is a powerful radar. Listen to it. And finally, know when to walk away, saying no, creating distance. Leaving toxic people behind is not weakness, it's power. You don't owe anyone your trust. You owe yourself your peace.